Welcome back, everybody. You're tuning in to the Home Live Radio Show and the voice of the Handyman Club of America. Here with Court Stoskov. Thanks for joining us here, buddy.
Hey, well, I wouldn't miss it.
We're here at PCBC. It's a Pacific Coast Builders Conference here in San Francisco. That is why Court has flowers in his hair.
Well, you know, it just fit with the city.
It did. But, you know, we're here to, express all the cool stuff that's here this year, and we want to introduce you to a gentleman called Scott Pruitt, and he's the Vice President for a company called Exaktime. Now, we're always looking for cool tools. Now, this is a construction tool, I believe.
That's absolutely correct, and thanks for having me on, by the way. I
Pleasure,
appreciate it. The construction industry for a long time has been tracking attendance for the same way for the last 100 years, and that is workers writing down on handwritten timesheets their hours, where they were, what they were doing, how long travel took, and that type of thing. And about 10 years ago, our founder, who was a general contractor down in Los Angeles, thought it'd be a great idea to say, shoot, why don't we bring some technology and apply it to pencil and paper and see if we can automate the process, and that's what our products do.
Okay. And now you said shoot, didn't you?
I did. I was very intentional in saying that.
In Australia, we'd say something different, but yeah. Oh, very cool. So it's like the GPS system and tracking where everybody is.
Exactly right. Sometimes you'll want to have clocks for long-term projects that actually affix and lock down right at the job site, and you leave there 24 hours a day. And as workers come and go, you can leave these out in the rain. They don't need electricity, so they can be very automatic for long-term projects.
Now, can you paint a picture for our listeners a little bit with what that clock is?
Absolutely. We call it the JobClock. The JobClock is about the size of a tape measure, and
it's like a hockey puck, isn't it?
It does, doesn't it? It does. But it's made out of stainless steel and milled aluminum, and like I mentioned, you can lock it down, leave it at the site, leave it out in the rain, the snow. It makes no difference at all. And as workers come and go throughout the day, they're able to clock in and out on the device using little key tabs they keep on their own key rings. And then at the end of the week, when it's time to run payroll, the foreman can go out with a handheld device like a BlackBerry and actually pull the records off and send them into the office.
What about for all my worker mates? Is there any way they can get in there and clock in at say, 10 a.m.?
Yeah,
but change it to 7 a.m. that they started early?
I wish you could, but I'm sorry you can't. We thought of just about everything. So,
okay.
yeah. It takes care of buddy punching and that type of thing. Now, a lot of times businesses will come to us and say, well, you know, we don't have long-term projects. We've got a lot of guys that are out on the road all the time. They're going from site to site to site, and they might see 3, 4, 5 job sites a day. And so we also have another line of equipment called the PocketClock that allows them to clock in and out on the road, either on a BlackBerry, an iPhone, or an iPad.
See, that is really making it efficient. And as a contractor myself, you need this sort of stuff just to, manage your time more efficiently. And I can see how that is a really good tool to use, because it's another job that run around and make sure you got everybody's time and hours. That's the ugly part of the construction industry, is the paperwork.
And look how easy it looks, Carl. I mean, this looks simple. I mean, which is nice. It's not like you have to take a whole learning curve to figure out how to use this thing. That's very nice.
And us guys in the building industry, if it's simple, it's great.
Right.
And it's something that will work. It's not so technically out there that everyone needs a 3-inch manual to work it out.
No, you're absolutely right. If it's not bulletproof simple, it doesn't work.
Right.
You might hoist some big attendance system on your workers that might be great for the office and might feed right into QuickBooks or Simply Account, whatever accounting software you're using. But if it's not easy to use out in the field, I can promise you they're going to push back and not like it.
There's no data. I mean, if you don't get the data in, you can't process it. And so you got to match both those. And this looks like, this is simple. Go, stop. I mean, that's pretty easy.
Exactly. You just the worker simply clocks in, selects what job site they're at, goes ahead and picks the cost code and what they're doing. And what happens is it also takes a GPS fix of exactly where the worker is when they did that, and it stamps it with the record.
Yeah. Why have they been in the restroom for an hour and a half?
Exactly.
Curious. Does it remind them to hit stop because if it has GPS in there and you start to move away, is there actually can remind you to hit stop?
Yeah, it won't remind them to hit stop, but when the records get pushed into the office, they'll see that the stop is missing, and we prompt the bookkeeper about that.
See, that's sweet, because you could easily forget that.
Yeah, absolutely. Over the years, one of the things we found is that really nobody likes, as you mentioned a little earlier, nobody really likes doing timesheets. It's one of the necessary parts of the job that's required, and at the same time, nobody likes filling them in, and when the records come into the office, to have someone sit at a computer and hand enter records into a computer, nobody likes it. And so we wanted to apply a little technology and say, hey, why not make the whole problem go away? And that's what we've done.
Very cool. And to paint the picture a little bit too, Scott's got an iPhone, an iPad, and this clock, and it's just there's a go go icon and a stop icon, and it's as simple as that.
It just needs to be.
Very neat.
All right, mate. Well, listen, thanks for being on the show. Give us your website.
Absolutely. It's jobclock.com. www.jobclock.com.
Well, any of your contractors out there want a more efficient way to operate a business, check it out. I'm Carl Chambliss, Court Stoskoff. We'll be right back.
Check us out on the web at handymanclub.com or homeliveradio.com.